Second Kings, chapter 2 and verse 14. Salakia. Second Kings, chapter 21 and verse 14. And I will forsake the remnant of mine inheritance and deliver them into the hand of their enemies, and they shall become a prey and a spoil to all their enemies. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And so you had this whole Nolan Wells thing over there in where was that at? Damn, I forgot. I did videos on it. Well, there's so many other cases that's coming out after that. It's hard to like remember everything. If it comes back to me, I'll was it North Carolina? South Carolina? Something like that. But since that case, you've had many incidents where Jake is getting hung. Jake comes up missing after he's been around, Edomites, which are so-called white people, right? So you've had, I think, one or two Eves, so-called black women, hung. Northern Kingdom Jake hung. You've had many instances after Nolan Wells and before Nolan Wells throughout history, man. But here in 2026, people can't believe that these types of cases are still going on. So you have this woman in Mississippi, goes by the name of, I believe her name is Taisha Fortune. The latest, of Eve, Jake, pretty much you Israelites dying in the hands of these devils, man, because I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what Jake is going through. Jake is not one to hang himself. A so-called black woman is not one to hang herself. Right? The only one that has this MO is Esau Edom. Right? So you got this woman who was found hung behind a house in Mississippi. So I got 3 little clips I want to show. But this is like the Lord is making it clear for you, Jake. Stay away from these devils, man. When I was out, I still see Jake walking around a bunch of devils. They don't get it, man. Jake do not get it. He cannot leave this devil alone. Right? This devil has completely altered your mind, and you're drunk off of the wine that he has used, which is his philosophy, his way of thinking, his voice, his humbleness coming off. And you just let your guard down, man. Now, this case, I don't know how they got to her. I don't know if she was dealing with an Edomite man. I don't know. But, hopefully it'll come out later. And I'll give y'all an update. But, this is Mississippi, man. Mississippi, Alabama, Texas. These are known places where these things happen, man. So it has sundown towns out there. You got these old school devils who believe in, they have that pure blood hatred for you, Jake. And it would be in your best interest to not be near these devils in this time, man, because these devils are showing their horns, man. And they don't like you. They hate your guts. So let's listen in, man. Let's listen in.
Hinds County coroner says this case is classified as a death investigation, and authorities have not yet determined how the woman died. On the road of remembrance, neighbors cutting grass at what used to be an old community park as one man remembers a familiar face who was found dead under what appears to be mysterious circumstances.
She was a good person, you know. She's very rooted in the neighborhood.
She didn't deserve to be to get killed and die like that, hanging from a tree.
Officers found the body of the unidentified woman hanging in an oak tree when they responded to the 500 block of Road of Remembrance Monday night, behind what appears to be a vacant house.
She had 2 kids, a young baby she just had maybe a year ago.
The woman hasn't been identified, and the cause of death hasn't been determined.
My son and them seen her. They seen her hanging.
What was going through your son's mind when he saw that image?
It messed his head up. Messed his head up, man.
According to the Hinds County coroner, a graphic image of the body in the tree posted on social media does appear to be from the scene.
It's scary. I mean, I don't know what happened. I just know it's directly in front of my house. It was that close to comfort.
Despite speculation online and among neighbors, investigators have not said whether they suspect foul play. Darren Harris says he knows the woman. He last saw her about a week ago. It looks like the woman's feet are suspended 3 inches from the ground.
Somebody had to do that. She wouldn't have did it to herself. Somebody had to.
Why do you say that?
Mine was way stronger and bigger than that. I know that for a fact myself.
At this point, as the investigation continues, the woman's remains have been transported to the state medical examiner's office, where they will undergo an autopsy. For now, we're live at JPD headquarters in downtown Los Adams, 16 WAPT.
And I don't know, some of these jakes that they come across in these these news interviews, man, they don't be having it all, man. You know what the hell happened to him, man. You know it wasn't another Jake that did it. If another Jake if Jake hung Jake, I would be totally surprised, man. Totally surprised. It would throw me for a doozy, as they say. But that's not Jake's MO. That's Esau Edom's MO, man. That's these devils' MO. You know? Because it's like, man, how Salakia. Do something real quick. How does that make any sense, man? They're already ruling out foul play. So this woman, she hung herself, man. They said her feet was 3 inches off the ground. It's probably more than that. Right? But she hung herself. You know how traumatizing that is to walk out your house one day, and you see somebody hanging from a tree, lifeless. That's traumatizing, man. To show you that these devils, they have no pity or no mercy, man. No mercy on you, Jake. This is why the Lord said in James chapter 2 and 13, it says, "For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy," man. Right? You didn't show us mercy, so you ain't going to get none. The Lord ain't going to give you no mercy, man. I mean, the Lord is man, the Lord is going to do something real violent to Esau Edom, man. Right? Because he's been proud doing this for a long time. He's been proud. And he's not been held accountable for it. Right? He has not been held accountable. I'm looking for one in Psalms, right? This is Salaki. I'm trying to find it right now. Yep. Isaiah is in Isaiah. It's not in Psalm Salakia. Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into the hand and given them into thine hand. Whose hand? Esau, Edom. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Right? So, hey, man. It tells you in the scriptures that this devil was never going to show you no mercy, man. He's not going to show mercy to the young or to the old. Damn sure not to the young and strong. Right? The middle-aged. So Jay got to get himself together, man. He got to get himself together because the times we living in is very dangerous. The Lord said it, man. The Lord said the times that we're in is very perilous. We're coming into perilous times, which are dangerous and risky times. It's a risk stepping outside your door, especially in these deep South states, man. Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, certain parts of Texas. You got New Orleans. You got Florida. Got a lot of places, man. Pennsylvania, even up there in New York, man, upstate New York. These devils, they laugh in your face, and the same way they're laughing in your face talking about the game is the same way they laugh in your face when they tying your ass up to a tree. So check this one out.
Megan, neighbors told me that they were just shocked when they learned that a woman was hung from a tree in the backyard at a vacant home. They say that this is just heartbreaking. Here in this neighborhood, you know, a woman's body was found. What was your reaction to that?
It was heartbreaking. One, because they said she was found in a backyard, not alive. And God didn't put us here to be done that way.
Violet Wilson says learning the woman was found hung from a tree made the discovery even more disturbing.
It's unnatural in this lifetime. You don't see things like that.
And she said that God didn't put us here to be done like that. The Lord put us here as a punishment for our disobedience. And our people are still being disobedient to the Most High. So the Lord gave us into the hands of our enemies, and they just doing, you know, what they want to do to us. But the Lord said, what? Return to him, and he'll protect you. A lot of our people, they don't get that, man. This is why it's a blessing to have faith and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in these days. In these last days, man.
Darren Johnson says this has shaken a neighborhood he considered safe.
It's quiet, older people over here, so we don't normally have that. So just to hear that happen, it kind of got us shook, basically the whole neighborhood shook, because we never have that problem.
Now, he says some neighbors are questioning whether they should stay.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it kind of had me in a whole nother stage where, like, man, should we still stay here or should we leave?
Jackson police say officers responded to 500 block of Road of Remembrance around 7:30 Monday night. The woman was found hanging from a tree in the backyard of a vacant home. Witnesses say a Jackson Fire Department ladder truck was used to get her down.
But just to hear about that, like I say, it got everybody skeptical, everybody questioning each other. Don't know.
Now, in one report, it said, you know, they said her feet was only 3 inches from the ground. But in this report, it said that they needed a ladder to get her down. That's how high she was up. So which one is it, man? Which one is it? Was she way up there where they had to get a ladder? Or was she only 3 inches from the ground? It's all BS, man. We know what happened to her. Jake, if you truly believe that she hung herself, there's no foul play, you a damn fool, man. You're a real idiot.
I know what's what.
And the Hinds County coroner says that is still unknown right now, the cause of death. And also, they're not releasing as of right now the identity of the woman, but it is confirmed that the woman's body was sent to the state medical examiner's office. We're live outside of JPD. I'm Nicholas Brooks, 16 WAP.
Yeah, man. We don't need to hear nothing else. They don't know how she died. They went to the examiners. They're gonna come back BS, man. They're gonna say she put a rope around the tree, she threw it over the branch, she lifted herself up, tied the rope, right? Lift herself up and hung herself, man. That's what they're gonna say happened. But you see, the Lord sees everything, man. The Lord is the ultimate judge. Right? The Lord is the ultimate judge. And people are gonna be judged, man. You devils are gonna be judged for this. Right? You're not getting away with this. But this is for you, Jake, to know what time you're living in. Stop being an idiot and being engulfed in this world and just throwing everything to the side, man. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. And it reads, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, man. You're seeing. Like, look around. Look at what's going on in the earth. Look at what's happening to your people. Right? Don't be a fool out here. Think. It says, redeeming the time, meaning taking hold of these times, because the days are evil, man. These days are very evil. Very evil, man. You know? It's not gonna get better out here. This is Psalms 37. Because this devil, he's always had a perpetual hatred toward us. Psalms 37 and 32, it says, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. This is all these devils think to do. They watch you. They watch your going and your comings. You know, they befriend you. They get you somewhere to a solitary place. And then they strike. This is what's happening to our people, man. They're letting their guard down because these fucking devils, they come up humble and they smiling and they tell you how pretty you are and how strong you are and they come with that damn Christian crap. We're all brothers in Christ. So you think you can trust these people, man? You can never trust these devils. They are your enemy. The Lord says never trust your enemy. Never. Right? Because what? They seeking to slay you, man. They want to slay you. This is Psalms. Because they're a bunch of liars, man. You heard the news. Psalms chapter 10 and verse 7. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud, and under his tongue is mischief and vanity, man. Because the news stations, are ran by who? The wicked. Same people that run the news stations are the ones that's giving you the reports. It's the same ones that committed these acts. It's all going to tie together, man, to cover it up, to cover up what really happened. But we really know what happened, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, right? The dead ends, the cracks. It says, in the secret places he doth murder the innocent. And you see that area where it happened, it looked like it's like an abandoned, town or something like that. A bunch of grass and stuff that's sky high, and it looked like nobody ever comes outside, and it looks just quiet and dark, and especially at night, it gets pitch black over there. So he said, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent, his eyes are privately set against the poor, man. And who's that? The Israelites. Esau, Edom, his eyes are privately set against you Israelites, you Jacobites, man. This is his MO. This is what he wants to do. So this will be my last. I got one more script. I got this last right here. This last clip. Check it out.
Woman found hanging from a tree behind a Jackson house has been identified, and that case is raising new questions tonight.
That's right. A city councilman says that federal authorities need to step in. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams explains what he wants and why he says the community can't wait.
Salakia. Satan, man.
Councilman Kenneth Stokes says he just sent a letter to the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Mississippi asking for the agency to help in any way it can after a young woman was found hanging from a tree in an abandoned home in West Jackson.
Anything that they can provide to get this hanging case solved quickly. We need to have someone in handcuffs as soon as yesterday.
Hinds County coroner identified the woman as 29-year-old Tasia Fortune. Investigators.
And Jake, he always wants somebody locked up. Oh, they need to lose their job. We want justice. Justice, true justice, is whatever they did, it happens to them. So if whatever devil hung this woman, he has to be hung.
Say Fortune's body had been hanging in the tree for 3 to 4 days before someone found it Monday night at the house on Road of Remembrance. Stokes' letter to the U.S. Attorney asked for help finding a suspect and a motive for the killing.
Everywhere you go, they talking about that hanging. I don't care where you go, to the grocery store, to get something to eat, people talking about that hanging.
The Jackson Police Department has said little about the case in the past 4 days. Other than a late Monday night social media post, JPD has been so tight-lipped, they haven't even sent out a press release.
Once upon a time, a press release would have come out quickly because of the sensitive nature of hangings in Mississippi.
Alrighty, let's talk about it.
In a Thursday interview with 16 WAPT, Police Chief Rochelle Brackney refused to answer any questions about the hanging investigation. Councilman Stokes says even if there's no racial element to this hanging, he says given Mississippi's history of lynchings, public officials all across the city need to step up and say this is unacceptable behavior. Reported from Jackson, Ross Adams.
And what do you mean there's no racial you can pretty much just throw that out. There's nothing racial. You stupid or something, man? They told you to say that? Who else is being hung out here besides blacks and Latinos? Who? Nobody else is being. You're not finding Chinese men hung out here. Arab men hung. You're not finding that. Why is it always the so-called black or Latino being hung? Because it is racial, stupid. You know, the amount of idiocracy and just plain, throwing things out the window and unaccountability, man, is crazy, man. Right? This is how much this system hates you, Jake. This is how much this system despises you, you Israelites, you tribes. They don't care nothing about you. Nothing. You think this dude right here on the screen, you think he gives a damn? No. He doesn't, man, because he gets on TV and he lies. He just want to take that notion out of your head. It's not racial. It is racial. It is racial, man.
16 WAPT News.
A JPD spokesperson says the case remains an active investigation.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say is an active investigation. Nothing going to come out of it, man. But you see, the Lord's going to pay back everything. The Lord said everything that this devil has done is going to be done to him double. Everything. He don't think that. This is why he keeps doing it. He doesn't believe that that's going to really happen. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17, it said, as for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain hope. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us, because what? Our people, they go to the same people that committed the act. Right? The system is against you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, but then you go to the system for justice. It's not going to give you any justice, man, because it's the ones that did it. Verse 18, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. And like I said earlier, I don't know how this woman ended up here. I don't know if she was at a bar and she met a Edomite there and he offered to take her home, and then, you know, took a wrong turn and it happened there. I don't know if she was just out one day and out that night and she was just drinking and she got drunk and somebody picked her up and knocked her out and drove her somewhere or whatever. We don't know. Like I said, hopefully, you know, an update comes up about what happened to her. But, you know, like many other cases like this, they get swept under the rug because what? It's a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. Nobody gives a damn. This is the Lord showing you that you need to return to him, man, because he's the only one that cares about you. He's the only one that loves you. Nobody else loves you, man. Verse 19, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursue us upon the mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness. And that's what these devils do, man. This is all they do. They look at ways to set you up, to get you in a spot where they can do something to you. And a lot of our people, they make it easy for them, man. So, hey, keep playing around if you want, man. You're going to wind up on the news and we're going to wind up doing a lesson on you. So, I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua willing, the elect was other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bah Hashem Yahushua, Bah Hashem Ukakadash, for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. Until the next lesson, Shalom.